Welcome to JRNY TV, where we make the complex world of digital finance not so complex for everyone, regardless of your experience. And today, we are starting off with a US-born blockchain titan that has been playing the long game. Cardano, ADA, the comeback king of crypto. Cardano may just be the most slept-on altcoin in the entire market, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. While most of crypto has been very distracted by the usual meme mania and L2 hype, ADA, on the other hand, has been quietly stacking upgrades, strategic plays, and possibly one of the biggest comeback narratives heading into 2025. And if this thing actually delivers, well, we are looking at a 10x rocket that nobody saw coming. Let's take a second to talk about the Leos upgrade. This thing is a complete game changer. Leos upgrade is designed to bring Cardano Solana level speeds, but without sacrificing any form of decentralization. It introduces a new way of handling transactions that massively increases throughput and reduces latency. And it's just around the corner. Add that to the midnight airdrop, Cardano's upcoming privacy-focused sidechain, and now we've got scalability and privacy. That is a utility cocktail that the market will definitely love. But it doesn't stop there. There's been a wave of bullish government engagement, with founder Charles Hoskinson reportedly in talks with the Trump administration. That sparked speculation of ADA's inclusion in Trump's America First crypto initiative, which, if it comes with an ETF or US government endorsement, it would absolutely melt faces. And speaking of partnerships, there is some serious buzz floating around the ecosystem about Cardano teaming up with Ripple for real-world asset tokenization. And if that becomes official, you've got yourself two of the most regulatory aligned projects combining their firepower. And here's the more wild card. Bitcoin liquidity coming to Cardano. Yes, Bitcoin on Cardano. It sounds insane, but the tech is lining up for wrapped Bitcoin flows to operate on the ADA network. That could turn Cardano into a full-blown cross-chain settlement layer. Price-wise, analysts are starting to flip bullish. We are starting to see $2.50 to $3 as price targets as early as 2025. Well, we're in 2025, and with some wildcard predictions even floating $10 to $12 by 2030, it's looking better every day. Sounds ambitious, but even if half of these developments hit, ADA won't be just back. It'll be leading the charge. So yeah, ADA or Cardano is not dead. It is simply reloading, and 2025 may just be the year that it hits every single target that it's been building toward for the past 5 years. Litecoin, Wall Street's low-key favorite. All right, so let's talk about the quiet kid in the back of the class who is suddenly turning heads and no one really knows why. Litecoin. It's one of the OGs of crypto, and it launched in 2011. Thank you, Charlie Lee. And while it's never been the flashiest coin in the room, it might just be the one that institutions, they're eyeing the hardest. Why? Because in a world full of vaporware and hype coins, Litecoin has survived every single cycle, and it's still kicking. First off, Litecoin is fast, like faster than Bitcoin fast. Its block time is 2.5 minutes compared to Bitcoin's 10, and it's got lower fees, which actually makes it usable for payments. Net utility, it might not be sexy, but it is definitely solid, and solid is exactly what Wall Street likes. So here's the kicker. ETFs, there's a growing narrative that Litecoin could in fact be included in the next batch of crypto ETFs, right alongside Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Because its proof of work has regulatory clarity and has been around long enough to pass every stress test that's been thrown its way. Fidelity is already messing with it. And let's not forget that it's one of the few coins that's approved by the CFTC as a commodity, which puts it in a very prime spot for that good old institutional money. On-chain activity? Up. Privacy upgrades like MWeb? Done. Developer community? Still alive and shipping. Litecoin? It might not dominate the headlines, but it doesn't need to. It is solidly positioned like digital silver. Boring, but reliable and criminally undervalued. Price-wise, if Bitcoin goes back to 100,000, analysts are seriously floating $600 to even $1,000 for Litecoin in the next bull run. And that's a solid 8x to 12x from where it is right now. And for a legacy coin with institutional respect, that is huge. So yeah, while everyone is distracted by the next meme coin, Litecoin is quietly becoming the sleeper play of 2025. Don't sleep on silver. It might just outshine gold when the dust settles. Pingu, America's meme coin with real IP power. Let's be real, 99% of the meme coins are hot air. No roadmap, absolutely no product, and no real world presence. But Pingu, totally different beast. This isn't just another frog, dog, or a cat token. It's a full-blown American meme brand with actual IP muscle behind it. From plush toys to animated shorts, and soon, entire real partnerships. It's not just a coin. It is in fact a franchise in the making. Here's what makes Pingu wild. Pingu isn't riding the wave. It is the wave. It launched from a US-based company that's already crushing it in e-commerce, content, and branding. We're talking mainstream recognition, not just crypto clout. And the branding? Chef's kiss. It's cute, it's chaotic, and it is absolutely viral. And it works. Kids love it. Crypto traders love it. Even normies love it. And that's the holy grail right there. I'm sure my grandma would love it. Hey, grandma. Now add that into the fact that it's built on Solana, arguably the fastest and most efficient layer one in crypto. Well, it's game over. Near instant transactions, basically zero fees, and built-in exposure to one of the most active ecosystems on the planet doesn't get any better. Solana's having its moment, and Pingu is surfing that momentum straight to the top. And we can't forget the narrative power. This is not some random team that's praying for Elon to make a tweet. Pingu definitely has a roadmap, has many partnerships, has merch, and brand, well, that brand moat that actually lasts. It's already outperforming meme coins on Solana, most of them. And analysts, well, they say that we haven't even hit the real hype cycle yet. If Solana runs in 2025, and we're mid-2025 almost, all signs point to yes. And Pingu, it could easily ride the wave into a 10x or maybe even more. So when people look back and say, man, I wish I bought that one early, this might be the coin that everyone's talking about. Do not sleep on Pingu. It's not just a name. It's not just a meme. It's America's penguin, and it's just getting started. Sooie, the next big layer one that you're probably sleeping on. If Solana was in fact the breakout star of the last cycle, well, then Sooie might be the sequel nobody saw coming, but everyone's about to talk about. Built by ex-Meta engineers, Sooie isn't just fast, it's built different. And we're talking parallel execution, insanely high throughput, and don't forget those gas fees that everyone loves, and they're so low, they might as well not exist. It's like Solana and Ethereum had a baby, but that baby grew up with superpowers. But here is what is even more crazy. Sooie isn't even close to full throttle yet. Most people are still just discovering the ecosystem, and while early devs are continuing to build some seriously wild stuff under the hood, what's next to come? DeFi apps, NFTs, gaming projects, you name it, it is spawning everywhere. And the best part, it is still super early. We're in that sweet spot right now, right before the hype train leaves the station. All aboard? What's got analysts buzzing around is the developer momentum. The Sooie Foundation is funding a ton of grassroots projects, onboarding creators, and getting builders pumped about scalability. That's no small thing. And with its move-based programming language, well, devs say it's way easier to work with than Ethereum's Solidity. That's a big deal. Translation, faster builds, fewer bugs, and way more flexibility to launch next-gen apps. Now let's talk price. A lot of analysts are eyeing that $5 to $10 mark by 2025. We're in 2025. Especially if the layer one narrative cycles back like it usually does. With its tech edge, VC backing, and growing community, Sooie has everything it needs to pull a Solana-style breakout, maybe even bigger, if it plays its cards right. So please, do not wait until everyone's tweeting or Xing, should I buy Sooie at $8? The groundwork is being laid right now. The early phase, the accumulation zone, and it's the boring part, right before it gets fun. So wake up. XRP, the sleeper asset that might flip the entire ecosystem. All right, let's get real. XRP, it might just be the most misunderstood coin in crypto. People either hate it or love it, but the ones paying attention, they see the writing on the wall. With Ripple's global payment rails expanding and speculation heating up around XRP's involvement in US crypto infrastructure, it is starting to look like XRP's moment is coming, and fast. First, there is the speculated ETF angle. With Trump's America First crypto policy now gaining traction, insiders are buzzing about ADA and XRP being quietly floated for potential ETF inclusion. However, it's not been confirmed just yet. But let's be honest, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are getting financial products, XRP is not far behind, especially with its real-world utility baked in. Now, if you throw in that whispered partnership between Ripple and Cardano, it's a big deal. The two are allegedly working on tokenized real-world assets together. And if XRP or Ripple ends up bridging that liquidity across blockchains like Cardano or ADA, that's massive. It's not just about transferring money anymore. It is in fact about XRP becoming the connective tissue of a new financial network. But hold the phone, there's more. XRP is making noise with governments and those good old banks again, with strong speculation swirling around international CBDC testing, global settlements, and yes, even conversations about Bitcoin liquidity flowing through XRP rails. It's like XRP or Ripple never left the table. They were just biding their time while the legal dust had settled. And there was a lot of it. Analyst price predictions? Well, some say $5. Others, they say $30. But a few bold ones, they say $100 plus if XRP locks in even a sliver of global financial transaction flow. And it sounds crazy until you remember that this project has been quietly building real infrastructure for almost a decade, and that's a very big deal. So if you're thinking or even just pondering the idea of XRP being an old relic from the last bull run, you may want to look again hard, because when legacy finance flips into crypto, which it's already begun, XRP could in fact be the coin that lights the fuse. So there you have it, 5 US born altcoins that could absolutely melt faces in 2025. From Cardano or ADA's stealthy ecosystem upgrades to Litecoin's surprising Wall Street play, from Pingu's meme coin madness to Sooie's tech-powered rise, and XRP? Well, XRP, it might just be rewriting the rules altogether. But here's the thing, none of this works without timing, conviction, and strategy. The next bull run won't reward the loudest voices. is. It will reward those who paid attention early and moved before the herd. These coins, well, they've got fundamentals. They've definitely got narratives. They have firepower. The only question left is, are you positioned to catch the next wave? If you found some value here, please do drop a comment and let us know what your top US-based altcoin pick is for 2025. Do you think ADA hits $5? Does XRP finally flip the switch? Or is some tiny meme coin about to pull a 1000x while nobody's watching? Be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss one single drop of alpha. We've got more deep dives, updates, and market-moving narratives heading your way. Thanks again for watching JRNY TV, and remember, the future, it doesn't wait. It rewards those who prepare for it today. We'll see you in the next one.